Howdy, y'all. While I'm currently in the phase of I'm still debating what the channel name is going to be called. Could be Collector Creations. Logistically, why not? Because I collect and I like to create. I don't know how I can get away with doing that, so I'm still in the midst of it. Either way, maybe the channel formerly known as Telecreations. Sure, if Prince could do it, then maybe I can do it too. Anyway, this is going to be a This Week in Mail. It's going to be awkward, I think, because it's either going to be This Week in Mail or it's going to be August Part 1, because, it's currently the 16th, oh right, it's just past midnight, so it's currently the 16th of July. Not exactly a This Week in Mail, because this won't be coming out for like another 2 weeks, I think, just because I'm still partially sick, been really busy filming and for work and actually doing work. I won't have time to film next week, so I figure I'll just film today, see if I can edit some night next week and release this the week after. So let's just kind of jump into it. So I've got, 5-6 films here. So first up we have Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. This is the Boss Logic artwork edition exclusive to JB Hi-Fi, which I think is pretty rad. I was just going to get the standard 4K, but then I saw this, and they had the Steelbook there as well, and I just didn't like the Steelbook artwork. It's fine, it's just not great. But this is basically a sleeve. It's basically two different sleeves, because you've got artwork on the back, and you've got this, which is interesting. But yeah, this is your artwork, which I think is quite nice. I think it works better than, the other artwork that they have. They do still have the basic stuff on the back. It's all the same artwork on the back. Like, it's all the same. There's no difference there. My only critique is the fact that the artwork that they use on the inside is the exact same artwork that's on this. I don't mind, because I'm going to put this on the shelf as it is and leave this elsewhere, because, this shit's clunky. It's also a bit kind of thin in a way. It's not really, it's not like a hard box or anything. Seems a little cheap. But then you do have, artwork for your 4K disc and artwork for your Blu-ray disc. I like how they've given both characters some time to shine. But I do, as an overall, like the artwork choice, and I'm happier to have bought this than to have bought the standard 4K. I'm not really loving Marvel anymore. I'm about to watch Thor Ragnarok tomorrow. Not Ragnarok, fucking Love and Thunder tomorrow. I have absolutely no interest to watch it. I haven't cared much for most of the TV shows that they've made. I liked WandaVision. I didn't mind Loki. I don't know, I'm getting a bit tired of Marvel as a whole. I saw Top Gun Maverick for the third time today. I say third time because I watched it when it came out, and then I've watched it twice in the past 2 days in cinema again. I have a video coming out explaining why, don't worry. I'm not a madman. But during it had a trailer for Black Adam, and I hadn't seen the trailer yet, and Guy and I were talking about it, because Guy, my mate, he loves the DC stuff, especially the Justice League and the DC, the Justice Society? And I like the Justice Society too, because when they appeared in Smallville, I really liked them, and I kind of got on them a bit, Dr. Fate and Hawkman and all that kind of stuff. That seemed like a more interesting looking film than most Marvel films do these days. I like both Marvel and DC, so it is what it is, but DC usually has variety, Marvel doesn't. I know DC's a lot more hit and miss, but usually I like that about them, because, their bad ones are really bad, but their good ones are really good. So, yeah. I didn't mind Multiverse of Madness. I liked it. It's a Sam Raimi film. Main reason I bought it. Main reason I saw it twice in cinema. I love the horror of it. I didn't mind it. I liked Scarlet Witch's parts. The plot's not overly amazing. The Doctor Strange is not a very interesting character. I liked the first Doctor Strange film. I really, really liked it when it first came out, but I haven't really watched it since. I just haven't really cared to. I don't really care for most of this film. Like, half of this film I don't care for. But the other half, the Raimi stuff, the horror stuff, amazing. So, yeah, that'll be fun to rewatch. Like, I think my second review of this film, when I saw it for the second time in cinemas, I wasn't planning to watch it twice. I watched it once with my mate Pierre. We both liked it. I watched it a second time the week after because my dad wanted to watch it, and he wasn't going to be able to watch it at all because he doesn't go to watch movies by himself. So I figured, all right, I'll go with him. And then my younger brother tagged along because he'd seen it the day before and he really liked it. I think his opinions have dwelled lesser on it. But the second time I watched it, I'm like, this movie's a 50-50 for me. 50% good, 50% bad. So, yeah. But still, I'm happy to have it. It'll probably be like the final MCU film in my collection. And I don't even know if I'm going to leave it in my MCU collection. I might just put it in my Raimi collection because, I don't know. That's where I'm at. It's a bit of a pickle. That's why I have a Raimi collection on the Evil Dead collection. But that's my reasons for buying it. So that's Multiverse of Madness for you, kids. Not just because, oh, I love Marvel. It's like, no, I've got more reason than that. Next up, we got in a really, really big box. So you know it's going to be a huge product. Like, oh, God, you know what Xavier like? Give you a big, thick cardboard box. All this padding. And right at the very bottom below all the padding is a tiny little pin. That is, of course, the STEELBOOK logo. Yeah, I've ordered the Batman Steelbook because, of course, for those who pay attention to my channel, might remember I had ordered the Batman Steelbook from JB Hi-Fi. They lost my order, which is great. I got my money back, but then I was like, well, I really wanted that fucking Steelbook, so I bought the standard edition, but then Xavi has this version that's coming out, which I'm not huge on the design of because it's an open box and everything, but it has both Steelbooks, the European one and the Australian one, and I'm like, that is so good because I get the Australian one, which I wanted, and the European one, which I also wanted because the European one has a Catwoman on the back, and the Australian one has the Riddler on the back, and I'm like, that's really cool. Like, there's still, like, probably matte finishes or whatever, which I don't mind. I like matte finishes. And they just come in this box. It was like $120. And I figured I'd just buy this with it. So, yeah, that's why I bought this. I don't really need it. But, you know, I like my steelbooks. I like that I can just kind of display it there. It's kind of neat. Look. I follow a steelbook guy on Instagram. What's his name? Might as well give him a plug. The Steelbook guy. I really like his images, and like literally, my top post on Instagram is from him, and as you can see right there, it's literally the pin. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Anyway, so if you have Instagram, I know it's a terrible platform nowadays. I still think it's better than Facebook, but nevertheless, I'd suggested checking them out for Steelbook stuff. In terms about Steelbooks, I finally got the second part of my collection, the limited edition copy of Temple of Doom. I do have the previous... Shit, where the fuck is it? I do have the previous Xavi release. Obviously, I've got the 4K for... Actually, it's just over there. For Raiders of the Lost Ark, which I really wanted for the Raiders title and whatever. But now that I've gotten this, I didn't even realize I came with this artwork because this is different artwork to the previous Xavi release. So you got that on the back, which is quite nice. Obviously, you got the title on the edge there, and it does actually say, of course, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, which because that's what it was called. And that's still what it is called. I like this inside more, I guess, because you actually can see Indy there. I like how they then pose him directly in the middle, which is good. It's a wise choice. I have also ordered Kingdom of the Crystal Skull now that the pre-order has been released. See, this is the artwork for the Steelbook that I have, which has embossing here. It's still good artwork. I like that I've got some difference now, because of course the Raiders one is still the Raiders Steelbook. Like, they're both the same artwork, just a slight differences here and there. I mean, obviously one zoomed in, one zoomed out. One has embossing, it says Indiana Jones, the other one's just a matte finish, all that kind of shit. But yeah, as a whole piece, I like that it's matte finish. And it's just got some nice artwork to it. I think this is a good addition, and the best way they could have done it. I guess we'll see when Crystal and Temple and Crusade come out, because I can't remember what their artwork looks like in contrast. So I'll wait till they come in so I can kind of maybe do a display. I might do a video maybe one day, I don't know, because I gotta wait till like fucking September or October by the time that Crystal Skull comes in, and then I can be like, oh, let's look at the original 4 Zavvi ones and compare them. I don't really think I need to do that. I could. It could be just an easy video to make. But yeah, I think Temple of Doom is the only one with the directly different artwork. I don't know about the other 2 that I don't have yet. So when Crusade comes in and Crystal Skull come in, I will let you know. But to my knowledge, no idea. I hope that they're different, because I'd like them to be different. The Raiders one, I love for the artwork that they chose. I think that was the best artwork for them to have chosen, despite the similarities of the previous Steelbook. But this time around, it's like, I think they've nailed it this time as well for Temple of Doom. So hopefully with the rest of them, they also nail it. So I'm keen. Last but not least, I bought 4 Criterions because they had a sale on Zavvi. All of these are Zavvi purchases. Actually, literally everything here except for Doctor Strange is from Zavvi. So first up is one that the first 2 here I have never seen. So I wanted to do 2 I had seen, 2 I hadn't seen. Basically, Night of the Hunter. I had compared these all to the equivalency of the Amazonians and whatnot. This one did come with a damaged base, but it's a plastic case, so I don't particularly mind. The price was better at Zavvi for all of these. It was like $30 a film, I think. Around that, maybe it was like 2 for 30, or it was like some kind of maybe 2 for 45. It was some kind of price like that, where they were basically like, yeah, this is the better deal overall. Maybe they were like $29 each or some shit. Something very weirdly numbered, something like that. You never get a receipt of this. But yeah, I've heard good things about this film. I've never seen it. I don't currently have the Criterion channel activated, so yeah, it does come with 2 discs, which is cool. I don't know if it's just a double Blu-ray. I think it's a double Blu-ray. Is that a double Blu-ray? It is. Shit, I didn't even realize that when I opened it before. Must be a fucked up special features, because it's like a 93-minute long film. And it comes with a booklet as well. So I won't dive too much into the booklet, because I don't know what spoilers may lie ahead for a film from 1955. But nevertheless, that's going to be cool. I'm not huge on the artwork choice that they've gone with, but I think it's more symbolic, and I expect it to be important. Criterion's usually really good with their artwork, especially if they're going to take like a shot from the movie, so I expect that if they've used that one, it's going to be for a particular reason. But I have heard it's kind of like a dark, kind of almost, not horror, but, one of those kind of darkly toned films. Next up, one that I feel like was similar to what I watched the other week, Gun Crazy, is Detour, which was actually mentioned during the presentation for Gun Crazy. So this is one, again, I haven't seen. It's 69 minutes long. Like, this is what I love about old films. They're short as shit. It has amazing art. I love the black, the white, the yellow. It's bold. It's just... everything about this looks fantastic, and I'm keen as hell to watch this. You open it up too, you got some good artwork on your disc, which is kind of upside down. Got some artwork on the inside as well, which is good. The other one did as well, I think, is the guy's Knuckles, they love-hate. I didn't want to take out both discs, I didn't know if you'd be able to see anything. But yeah, this one also has a really nicely designed booklet. So, yeah, it's, if you widen it out. It's good stuff. Man, I miss buying Criterions. It's good. This is like the kind of retail therapy I've needed. Maybe I won't be sick anymore. Anyway, next one I bought is one that I saw on the Criterion channel was it last year? God, it must have been. I didn't even think of buying it. Sorry, I just hit the mic. I didn't even think it would have been good to buy. I don't know. I just saw it. I'm like, yeah, I remember watching Girlfriends, and I really liked it when I watched it. So I bought Girlfriends. It's a 1978 film. This is a 4K digital transfer supervised by the director. So, yeah. I'm not entirely... I mean, I do like the artwork. I think the artwork kind of shows, like, the kind of visual style you'll get, like a lot of gritty, dirty kind of imagery. Again, it's from the late 70s, low-budget kind of film. And despite the fact that it ends with the plural of S for girlfriends, it's just one girl by herself, and I think that that's more symbolic because it's just this one girl's journey despite being with multiple people, multiple partners. It's interesting that the artwork on the inside is plain, like there's literally nothing but a kind of washed out color, which is unique, I think, given how the other two previously have had something, you know, they've all four of these have something interesting in the artwork, but this one doesn't. I'd say that's a particular statement as well. So, comes with your booklet, which I've put the director approved sticker in. I do find this film to be quite fun. It's been a while since I've watched it, but yeah, you get a good essay as well. Talks of actually 2 different essays. So yeah, I'm very keen to watch it again, probably. I don't know when. I'm not sure to my partner, but I don't know if she'll be too interested. I don't really know how well versed she is with kind of like, you know, mid-century feminism in a way. Like, I wouldn't promote it as like an overly feminist film, but at the same time it's like, it kind of inherently is, obviously, because it's like, you know, specifically following a young woman in like her 20s to 30s in, I think it's New York or like Chicago or some, you know, American city like that. And like she's also into the arts and stuff, but it's also like, do I live with a girl? Do I live with a guy? It's like how it affects your life and whatever. Do I live alone? Like, it's not just about, yeah. It's, I don't know, it's interesting. It's like a slice of life kind of film. I like it. And last but not least, this one I have seen as well. I saw this in film class a few years back. Bringing Up Baby. Katharine Hepburn and Cary Grant. Or was it Cary Grant? I think it's Cary Grant. Anyway, I showed this to my brother and my dad before. And I was like, what animals are in this film? And I think Noah said a cat, and then he said a dog. And he's like, I'm looking at the legs and the whiskers. I'm like, how are you not seeing the fucking leopard print in the title? So, and it's on the spine as well. This is such a creative spine. I love the design of this whole entire package. It is just wonderful. This is a very funny film. I haven't seen it since my initial viewing, but I definitely really like to see, like I said before, with Girlfriends, how that's just a plain wallpaper. This one's actually got a color palette, which, again, I'm not against the fact that Girlfriends is a plain thing. I think that's more of a kind of aesthetic choice in its own right. But this is such a nicely designed booklet. You know, I think it's like start of the film, end of the film kind of deal. You got a lot of essays in between. You get like one image of the leopard, the whole entire thing. But yeah, it's good stuff. If you haven't watched it, I would definitely recommend it. It's slapstick. It's one of those things that you don't really see Cary Grant doing. I don't know how the fuck to pronounce his name, but it's also like, it's like the role that, you know, he's usually like the kind of romantic guy kind of thing, and this time he's a doofus, and it's hilarious, and I love, like, it's like so cliche, but I love it, and I love Katharine Hepburn. She's fantastic. She's always fantastic. So yeah, and 4K restoration, I'm really keen to watch that one especially. So yeah, wonderful film. Keen to look at this transfer. You know me. I don't know when the hell I'll get around to it, but it's just nice. You know, like, I know a lot of people. I saw some criticisms the other day, not on me in particular, but like on people buying movies that they've never seen, and there are some people who just can't wrap their head around that. So, and then there's me who's like, oh boy. Anyway, thanks for watching This Week in Mail. This Week's in Blu... Oh my god, I don't know what the hell the title is. Is it This Week in Mail, This Week in Blu-rays? I don't know. No. Oh, I guess it was... all of it except for Doctor Strange's mail, so yeah. Anyway, how long was this? Wow, that's still 20 minutes. Alright. Thanks for watching. See you next time on whatever the hell this channel is called now. It's going to be really awkward if the channel update hasn't come out yet. Go check that one out, please. Thank you. Bye. Adios.